be starting the stream in 3 minutes. Starting the stream in 1 minute. Hope that my stream works. So today I was about to make another stream, and in the last stream we have saw how I have built this industrial environment. So let's switch to it for a second. Okay, so this is my environment, and we are where I will be starting to do some changes and some probably interesting things. So let me see. Last time we have finished by doing this small animation. Yeah, I didn't show in that last stream how I inserted this car, but it was a prefab that I have used for previous streams. So I have just imported my car here in this scene. And as you can see, this scene isn't completely made, so I have some many lights, many things that are going on here. And I have made few changes in a script. So actually what I wanted here to do is that I wanted this car to come into this new world that is an industrial post-apocalyptic world, and to practically yeah, teletransportation as it was happening in movies before. And then I will be adding a small chase. This small chase should be between so-called proxy agent, and we have seen it in the last stream. It's a character, but as I was working, I have made some smaller adjustments to his personality. So he will be driving a motorcycle. And practically I have made one, no, I didn't made. I have bought, I'm always trying to, how to say, to optimize my workflow and to buy some things, some assets, just to be able to finish this movie in a shorter time. So I have imported this motorcycle. It can be found on a CG. Let me see. I will search it right now. CG Trader. I will show you just in a second. This nice model. It's a pretty nice model. I had to do just some few adjustments. Okay, let's see. Where am I? Okay. I'll show you this. Okay, this is a Sky-Fi futuristic motorcycle. So this is somewhat pretty good type of motorcycle that is mostly similar with my main character of this movie. Main character it's so let's see. This is our okay. This is this proxy agent. He's also covered with carbon fiber textures and things like that. So I have imported this model. I had to add because it's a low poly model. I had to add some more of features onto this motorcycle. Not features, but just to add some subdivisions. So I went into a 3D Studio Max and then added all those things. Yeah. So this is I don't know if it can be seen very well. Yeah, right now I don't have too much slides, but this will be my motorcycle. And then I will be setting this object to rotation 0, and then positioning it in a scene, and then I will be trying to do some parenting here, so that my character that is let me see where it is, proxy agent, yeah, becomes practically a child of this object. I will also unpack this prefab completely so that it doesn't take any eventual modifications from any of the for any changes in the prefab. Yeah, I think that it suits my needs right now. And then let's go here and take our character. It was proxy agent. We'll be just driving it into this object. And also I'll be unpacking this prefab and then just trying to set it onto a motorcycle, more or less. Yeah, like that. Right now, it seems, of course, I didn't check my motorcycle size because I have imported just this model, but I don't think that it suits really my needs. So I will create another cube object here, as I'm using that one for mostly for measuring roughly, because I know that perfect cube, unity cube is 1 meter per 1 meter. Sorry guys, I don't know how it's in United States measures. So you can see that my so this is 1 meter. Yeah, motorcycle is too high, too big here. So I will be just selecting probably my motorcycle and then setting here okay, something like I don't know, 10 plus. Oh no, this broke everything. This break here. Wait, 25. Okay, apply now. Yeah, in this case, you can see that my idea of breaking up my prefab wasn't perfect. So yeah, I will be doing something like that. I don't know how big is a motorcycle, perfect motorcycle, but something like meter and 20 meter. Yeah, something like that. Let's see if this works for me. Let's hide this object. Yeah, I will be probably adding also here just for time for a moment 1 point light, just to have some more reference. Just not to play with without any lighting. Okay, so yes, this is. I think that probably I could scale this motorcycle a little bit more. Okay, something like that. And then just move my proxy agent onto it. And then I will be moving its bones. But before I start moving anything here, I just want to, no, probably, let me see. Yeah, something like that. So base hip, I'll be just pelvis. So I'll be just moving all objects into from this object. Neck twist. Okay, something like that, and then this one bit like that, base head. Okay, and then I'll be moving his hands. So upper arm, this. Yeah, so this is a pretty, how to say, mechanical work. So you just have to make it come into a pose that you would need. So I'm just going upper arms and moving them a little bit, and then going down here and global local. Yeah, important thing is to move everything into a local. Okay, something like that, and then forearm twist, something like that. And I'll be just rotating this. Yeah, if you're dealing with games, maybe it will be easier to use some IK, but as I don't want too much of this, as this will be only a scene with a few seconds of animation where you can see it driving, programming some IK would be too hard and too complicated. So yeah, I'll be just going here and setting those keyframes just like that. And then at the end, when okay, let's see right now. Probably I should have started with my legs because this is a more important thing. Let me see. This is a leg. Okay, neck. We have here. And one of the things that is pretty complicated when you have to just to move inside a hierarchy of character, it can be pretty complex sometimes. So yeah, I'll be just moving this until it meets my positions of okay, something like that. And then I just want to match those positions. See, we have here IK would probably be a much better way to deal with this, but okay. If I had to do too many things, so call. Let's say here. So, okay. Let's see other side. On the other side, we will have to move all those things too. Oh my god, I think that I have made. Okay, no. It's okay. And then just move it up, move it outside, and then move this one down, and then move it somewhere here. Yeah. And then I will be moving all object. Yeah. Oh, yeah, like that. So you can also see that we have here some things that aren't even lit, but screen space reflections give some nice effect of almost lit. Because reflection is also part of illumination. You have to think about that always. So yes, this is somewhat okay. Yeah, and I will have to rotate now. Okay, this will now this will go because I had to move my object. We have to move also this one a little bit. Yeah. Something like that, and then go into a waist. Wait. Okay. And right now, when I look at this, all this, I'm thinking that I should just scale a little bit more this object. Scale my object like that, and then just make it move it into a position. So we have here spine, ribs, upper arm. Something like that. Upper arm, okay. Forearm. Yeah, this should be a position, more or less, and then this. Let me see here. Okay, upper. Okay, upper. Move this to position. Forearm. So this is a something like that. So we have here material of a glass, and I want this to be a refraction type of glass. So I'll be just adding a little bit of refraction. Index. It doesn't work. See, let's make the base. Okay, something like that. So that it You can see how in HDRP can even smooth your glass out. This is a really good thing when you say that this material is transparent. You can always say that it has some kind of index of refraction or reflection, and this smoothness will follow its properties. So you can have, for example, smooth glasses and things like that. I want here a somewhat smooth glass because no, it comes off from dirt, probably. It should be something like that. And then I'll be just pushing this down into a hierarchy of this object so that I can animate both of them. I'm just hoping that I'm not doing something wrong, because many times it could happen that you do something like that and then try and maybe it doesn't work very well in. Okay, add animation track. Okay, so this is let's see how this animates. Yeah, it works. So yeah, it works. Then right now I have just to delete that one, that light that I have made. Only if I could know where it is actually. So we have here, yeah, this point light. Just turn it off because in this way, it was better not to do it while I was in animation, because when you are in animation, every change that you make will be reflected also onto this. Yeah, so I'll turn off animation and just use it like that. So let's come back here and find our car. That I was thinking about this, like when you see this level from the upside, this car should be entering here, then turning into this region, and then motorcycle will follow it, and then it will block our car. So let's see. Yeah, this is it's not big area for this scene, but when I will be doing some cuts, it will all become much more longer. It will seem like it's a bigger area, or at least I hope so. If anybody has any question, please don't hesitate to ask and to make some comments. And then, okay, I will just bring my timeline always on the top because I want, it's the easiest way for me to understand what is going on here. So let's see right now. We have here animation that I have made for our last movie, but for our last screenshot, but I won't be using that. So I'm canceling that one, deleting just. all keyframes, and I will be just drag and drop this GT 500 and say animation track. I'll be just saying that it should be animation track. So then I will be moving this car. No, this is a motorcycle. Okay, no. Yeah, this car while selecting animation. Somewhere here. Let me see. Oh, maybe probably even further. Somewhere here. So yes, this is okay. This is okay for a moment, for time being. And then I will be probably no. I will probably move it here. Okay, yeah, this is nice because so I can follow it from this side of point where I can see those objects there. Then I will be just turning it around like this, and then going. Let's see something like that. Okay. Wrong one. Okay. Yeah. Here. And then just, why doesn't that, oh no, my main camera, my god, oh my god. I have dragged and dropped, add animation track, okay, no. I was animating wrong object. So, yeah, this is that one, and I will be just going like this. Something like this. Let me see how does it work. And as you can see, right now my animation isn't linear, so it doesn't work as it should. But I will be just keeping it for a moment like that, and then I will be okay, 200. And then I will be moving my car, advancing it into animation a little bit more, somewhere here, and rotating it. Yeah, because I want some kind of skidding here to happen. Yeah, something like that. Let me see timing. Okay, so this car comes here. Yeah, this is probably too slow. Yeah, we just speed up these things by opening it in Animator and just doing something like that. Okay, let's see. Let's see it from the start. Okay. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Then I will be fine tuning all those animations. Okay, and then here, let's go into our I know I was silly that I forgot. No, I forgot to activate animation here. Okay, so let me see. So this car comes here, so okay. Okay, I will be tuning this up. I'm sorry, I didn't show it. I think that I will have to tune it. So let's see. Okay. Car comes. Okay, perfect. For a moment. Then let's say that we want it even to go further. Yeah, and stop here somewhere. Okay. Yeah, something like that. It's too strong, too fast. Rotation. Why it doesn't animate any rotation? Ah, no, okay, because we have here. Okay, let's move this one. Then let's see how does it work. Yeah, thing about animation is that you have to iterate and iterate and iterate and work. One of the most important things always with animation is that you have to start from a sketching. Like if at least I'm doing like that. So I'm starting with the sketches with the simple things, most simple animating path, understanding a little bit how much of a time it requires from to go from one place to another, and then afterwards you're trying to add some better all the other movements. This is a yeah, the end. Okay, something like that. So for a moment, I will say that this car was animated enough well, and it's not animated. It's not perfect. It's not how it should be, but I will just keep it as a good. And then I will be animating this motorcycle. So here we have our car. It comes into a scene, and you can see right now that we have this animation of a motorcycle that has some keyframes that should be there. Okay. And I'll be trying to add more or less same keyframes also here for a motorcycle. So let's see where it is variant. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Let's see what happens here. You will see probably right now that as long as I'm not yeah, okay. And then let me just moving this one here, somewhere here. Yes, let's see that. And you can already see that it's completely wrong because my motorcycle is turned wrong. Okay. And I could right now I could probably just move it somewhere here. My idea is that it goes something like that. Okay, then it has to uh, come back on its tracks. So it's like sliding. Okay. No, this doesn't look good. Yes, turn it up. I have added some keyframes that I shouldn't have had. 2 keyframes now. Let's see. No, this is pretty ugly. Pretty horribly ugly. Yeah, one of the things that I don't like in this animation is that if you look here, you can see that this motorcycle goes pretty far away from a car, so I will be just moving it on here. And then I will be speeding it up just by moving those keyframes. Wait a second. Oops. Okay. Something like that, but it's too harsh, but never mind. I'll be just moving it along. Oh, this is too hard, but never mind. Okay, then after this, I'll be just trying to tune this animation a little bit more. No. So maybe I will be coming back to take down. Let me see here what is going on. Okay. You have to turn this motorcycle a little bit here. Then probably no. I'm really thinking right now that maybe I should go into another direction. So something like that. That this goes onto to another side of a car. Let me see. No, no, it's too long as a thing. You have to keep it somewhat realistic. Yeah. So let's see. This keyframe should be rotated like this, as we have here some. Ah, okay. This could probably work. This these dynamics could probably work. Okay. Just I will have just to make it a little bit longer. Oops. Nice thing about timeline is that you can scale. This one, this tool is perfect for scaling, as you can just adjust your keyframes and move them around. Okay. So let's see. Right now, I will be starting from a start of this animation and just trying to make some sense of it. So yeah. I'm just trying to place my camera to some position that is okay. And I already like it a little bit. So it looks pretty cool and for me. Probably it's camera, so I'll be just trying to change the field of view. Okay, so this camera starts from here and then it will be following yeah. So you can see right now that everything is a little bit in the air, but never mind. So I'll be just trying to follow this thing with my camera. Yes, something like that. Yeah, somewhere here. Let's move it a little bit up. Let's see what can. Yeah, this was pretty ugly, but I will be probably trying to eliminate all those too many keyframes with you can also see that right now my camera is at the floor level and that those motorcycles are pretty motorcycles car is on one level and the motorcycle is on another, but this shouldn't be a problem. This should be a problem when I get. I will be just canceling this, deleting this kind of. Yeah, and also I'll be fixing this curve a little bit. As you can see that it isn't linear, so let's try to make it. Just trying to make it somewhat. So this is already better. Let me see. Then I will have to change those. For example, okay, here I'm okay. Here I am okay with this camera, so I'll be creating here and one nice keyframe, and then I will be going further. For example, here, okay, yeah, somewhere here, and then just rotating because I want to have some another view. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like this is fine for me at the moment. I think. Okay, and right now I could also try to fix, as I have camera and I can see what is going on perfectly. I could fix even my movement of my motorcycle. Yeah, somewhere here. Here we are at no. I will be just fixing this heat. Okay, let's move this a little bit down. Okay, so yeah, here we are following terrain. Okay, and I will be also adding some few keyframes here. Okay, something like that. Then moving it up. Okay, and then moving it further up. Yeah, this is and then even rotating it a little bit because this terrain is. Yeah, this could be also scripted. I'm not sure if but yeah, when I have 2 seconds of one thing and then the other, I'm not, I'm really not too much into keyframing everything, into making some scripts. Because most of the film I have already solved. Uh, Problems with yeah. Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think that I can probably solve it much easier. Let me see here. Okay, no, then this wasn't okay. I think that it wasn't okay. No, it was okay, but you can see right now as I have added some keyframes, I have also made some speed ups that I didn't want. Okay, yeah, but I think that I can fix them like this. Okay, yeah, this should be working pretty well. Perfect, perfect. Okay, let's see right now my camera. As my camera is here, I want it to go somewhere where I can see that action of oh, just move it. No, always forgetting to activate the keyframes. Something like that. Tack. Let's see. Okay, it's pretty rough. It's pretty ugly, but yeah, I'll be fixing all those issues later on. Yeah, this is a horrible thing here. Okay, no, okay, because yeah, I have moved my camera too much, so I won't be moving so much. Probably better approach would be to come with my camera to this point where my cars are turning. See, yeah, somewhere here, and then just look from there. So this will create less less some kind of better action, I think. Yeah. Okay, I'll be fixing this one, but probably I could delete this position thing. Let me move it. Let me move it even more. So okay, and now I will be fixing my car position, so it's position x-axis. Okay. And then let's see what is going on here. Sorry guys, I'm slow, but when I'm animating, I'm always slow. It's not. Okay, and then I will be going somewhere here, moving it up. can see this drop down, yeah. Okay, so no. Okay, no. I had here already one keyframe, so I could I will be just deleting this keyframe, as in this case somewhere there, and just going into my car. And then moving it up. Let's keep it a little bit up so that it seems that yeah, here it looks like it like if it starts to fly a little bit. Okay. Of course, this doesn't it isn't working very well. Of course, then yeah, I think that I will have to do some kind of animation here. Let's see what is going on here. So we have our motorcycle that is right now going into a this is correct. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, as we have this animation, I would like to add some additional lighting to this scene, because as it is right now, I pretty don't like it. I find it really somewhat dark. So we have to add some kind of contrast lighting. So I will be adding another light. Let's start with a point light, and then just move it to my scene somewhere behind those cars. Okay. Bring this up. I'll bring the color down. This isn't something that I'm color temperature. Okay. Okay, something like that. Maybe it's better. No, wait. Second. Let me see. Yeah, we have to find some balance, something that works here. Because if I have this light, it's there. Okay. I'm just adding some further. And also, I will have to add some reflection probes because right now I have only one reflection probe, but reflection probes are really important for lighting. So let me see, where is this car and reflection probe, and let's move this reflection probe into this area and just you see already how it changes look. So box size, I will be just making it much larger and much bigger. Yeah, something like that. And then I will be baking it. You can see right now that it added some lighting. But I can see right now that there are some problems here with this. Oh no, okay, reflection probe probably it is too low. No, it isn't. Yeah, its center is somewhere where I don't need it. I'm not sure why I have all those. You can see here right now that I have some kind of okay, I understand why it happens. Because I had this big stamp of decal projector. So this decal projector is actually projecting onto my objects that I actually don't want, where I don't want it to project. You can see right now. And this creates some bigger problems. So I want it to project here, somewhere here, not there. Okay, yeah, this was a problem. Big problem was that. Let's move this one somewhere else. And let's make it spot. As I always say, I'm first trying to use lights that are on spot, then I'm converting them into spotlights because in this way I can always tune them better. So I don't have to search for positions. Okay. Then let's duplicate this spot here. Let's set it to global and then just move it somewhere here. And I'll be just adding a little bit of lighting to all the moments that are there. So okay, and now I understand that I have some problems here. Let me see. Okay. Okay. So when my camera goes here, I actually don't want it to move more because I had that really nice moment of this scene where it looks pretty incredible. I would prefer. Oh wait a second, I have to I always forget to activate this part of. Okay, so right now my camera is moving there, and I want to follow this part. Okay, so it's going here and then going there and okay, yeah, this is much better. And I will be also turning this one, yeah, a little bit here and then on the previous frame, yeah, will be going here just to meet it. And then I will be adding later on. I will be adding some physics to this. What I like to call is some kind of and then I will be following them into this moment. Yeah. So it's not. You can see that they are floating and doing their things, but it's okay. Moment. Mm. Okay, so for example, when we have here this scene, I want to add what I said before. I want to add some physics to it. So it's like, okay, my camera wants is a physical object that probably will move more. You can see right now that what I did. So it's like, okay, oh, and then it will be moving a little bit here. So it's like, okay. Mm. I hope that yeah, something like that. Also, I think that I'm here really too far away from my object, so I will be just moving in a local space somewhat closer. Yeah. And then I will be just moving also here a little bit, but not too much, so that it creates a little bit of yeah. Da, da, da. And you can see right now that my yeah, yeah, something like that. Hi, Gaspang. Nice to meet you again. Are you planning to stream visual effects graph in HDRP? Well, I was covering something about visual effects graph in the latest one, so I'm here using mostly visual effects graph for those effects, but there, I must actually admit that I'm not using it too much because I didn't had enough time to explore visual effects graph yet. For most of my needs, I'm pretty good also with default particles. At least, yeah. The good thing about the visual effects graph is that it's pretty really optimized for real time usage. So I will be uh, passing on to it pretty soon. But at the moment, I didn't work too much with it. So hi Prakash, is HDRP supported properly right now? What do you mean with Decker render or generally? Does it work well? Let me know. Yeah, it is supported as long there is a patch for yeah. It was always supported, but pretty limited. But right now, yeah, it works really fine. You should go always to well, probably best version for now is Unity 2019 for the last version of Unity, official version. So it's like, yeah, it works. I'm here using everything with Decker, so yeah, it should work really well. can see right now. Okay, so yeah, before I continue to do anything here, I will be just trying to make some more things, because right now, if you can see, our scene is pretty basic in this position. So I'll be just duplicating some of those assets here and adding them to our scene. Yeah, something like that. Let me see. Hopefully something like that. Duplicate this one, and then just I'll be just adding a little bit more of more dimension, so that oh yeah, you can see right now what happened here. And this is a nice thing about when you're working in real time. You get, I have just copied those objects and moved them here, you know, but they have aligned so pretty well with this object that it almost gives me a new idea on how to make how to continue with how to start with this animation. So you can see, oh, they are coming out of this place. So it was a really, and I like it. I really like this thing, because it's so, yeah, it looks so cool. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Is this better than starting with a normal scene? I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think that's why I really like working real time. As you can have so much inspiration. It's like always like sketching and doing drawings, but or also having something that will work at the end. So yeah, it's a pretty nice thing. So when I'm working on those things, it's almost like I'm getting some inspiration, much more inspiration than when I have to write storyboards or write scripts. One of the things that I don't like here right now is that those cars seem that as if they are. Yeah, I hope that I also hope that that they are good for reference, because but they aren't about, actually they aren't about Deckard, and they are most about how to do some things, because it applies on the whole idea of real time graphics and animation. So it's I hope that that it can be also inspiring for someone. Yeah, okay. What I had here, there was one smaller problem because if you can, if you watch those curves, you will see that my curves start from here. But then you should go here and say both tangents and say const. No, sorry, linear. Both tangents linear, so that you will see that this car will start moving from much faster. So like it isn't accelerating anymore, but it's good doing. And I will be also doing the same thing also here. So I'll be just setting those both tangents to linear, so that right now, yeah, they are both coming out from that place with the same speed. But you can see, because I was before I was acting on a non-linear, on curved movement. I have created here one keyframe that I shouldn't have. So I'll be just deleting this keyframe, and this should be work. It should be work. It should work much better. Also, but as I corrected movement of those objects, I also have to correct my movement of my camera. So I'll be just taking both. Okay, so this is something like that. But right now, also I have a rotational position, so I'll be also doing this also on rotational position. But as you can see right now, it doesn't work really well, so I will be just adding some one another keyframe, yeah, something like that. No, 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 no. I have probably problem with the position. So, okay, yeah, probably here. My problem is here. So I'll be just trying to, no, this, I will be keeping this here and, yeah, moving this one. Just setting up a curve a little bit in a better way. Yeah, see right now. Okay, yeah. This one I don't like it because it moves too much. So I'll be just, and I can look to my curve and just understand what is going on from here. So, okay. Yeah. So fixing the small issues with just those things can be really okay. And so also in rotation, you will see that I have some bigger movements here. So I'll be just moving those. No. Let's see. Oh, this is a pretty ugly movement. Okay. Let's see how can we fix it. I think I will be fixing this one with manual movement. So yeah, I will keep it for later. Just when I'm fine with my Okay, and then what I'm inspired to do here is to make some movements of this motorcycle. Where is my motorcycle? Yeah, this one. Double click always brings you in the front of an object. Yeah, somewhere here, and then I'll be just rotating it a little bit like that. Oh no, I have first to activate. I'm always forgetting to activate animation. So this is pretty okay. So I will be just okay. So let's see if we can just go here and then move. This was pretty rough. So let's see. It was no. Let me see what is. Oh no. Okay. I have here one keyframe that actually should be there. Okay. So this one, this keyframe isn't okay. Yeah. So this is okay. So I will be okay. If you can see right now, I have to fix a little bit of this. Yeah. Let's add some more movement to this motorcycle here. So I will be just rotating a little bit here. Okay, and then going. Okay, and then moving it like this. And then moving it back so that it looks like okay. So when it goes here, we need to add some physics that I call it's a bounce. Then I will be just going back like this. Okay. Yeah, this one we go well. But I not quite understood. What did you with physics for camera? Was it some kind of cinema machine noise? No, it's just adding few keyframes. I'm just adding few keyframes. So when you have something that moves, like if this moves, okay, so it will be have a bounce. So I'm just adding one keyframe. So imagine that I have here one keyframe and one keyframe. This is my final position. Okay, so this is my start position. This is my final position. I will be just adding another frame afterwards that goes a little bit there and then comes back. So it's like okay. So just to give it a weight. It's not about no, I'm mostly not using Cine Machine because Cine Machine is pretty unpredictable. It's not like So I like mostly using keyframed animation for my camera. when you're dealing with a movie, yeah, when you're dealing with a game, then a Cinemachine is a great thing because you can do all those things in a few hours. Like if you have whole game and you want some kind of natural movement, yeah, it's a perfect thing. But when you're dealing with something like this, when I'm working on one animation that has that is like 10 seconds and I'm working for a few hours, for me it's easier to add my uh, keyframes where I wanted them to be so that I can control what is going on. Yeah, so I think that my camera moves here. So it's like I'm always trying to tune uh, thank you theme. Yeah, it's yeah. Only thing that maybe some things that are automated are much easier to work with, and maybe you can. But as I said, sometimes they aren't they doesn't repeat very well, so it's yeah. For some scenes of this movie, I was doing yeah, or some other things that I'm doing. I'm using my Oculus, which I don't, yeah, or Vive, and I have my controller set up like a camera, but I'm mostly also putting it on something really heavy or on a camera so that I can have this bounce. Like I'm trying to like if I'm using a real camera. And if you have experience with real cameras, with real camera, then you will probably know that when you have small cameras like GoPro Hero or just a phone, it's really difficult to uh, to keep image steady, somewhat steady. Like uh, it is really prone to smaller vibrations. So, but when you take a big camera that has a big lens and big it is really heavy, it will be mostly steady, but it will bounce. It will have some kind of movement. So practicing also when you're doing also virtual things, the practicing with real gear, with real cameras, with real equipment is always important because this is the only way how you can learn how to use how to simulate those things. I will show you here. Wait a second. For a moment, yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. So yes, this is this, for example. Wait a second. Okay, this, for example, camera head that somewhat professional, but it is most professional. But uh, what it has this type uh, of system that makes it hard to move. But you can see, for example, if I move this one, you will see that it bounces back. So this is a default. How does it work? It's like it also doesn't permits you to rotate too fast. For example, yeah, by by closing these things here, you can't move them really fast. So all those things, when you learn how to use them, they become. You have to. You are trying just to simulate them your animation. So this is like it's like easing. Uh, I think that it's yeah, somewhat important. So let's see what we have here. Okay, now I'll be just trying to fix this thing because right now I have a much more idea what I want to do, and I will be probably just start with this camera. Okay, yeah, like this. It is okay for me right now. Here, I will be just switching it. No, yeah, moving it. Okay, and you can see right now I will just try to follow. Why doesn't it animate? I don't know. Wait a sec. Okay, rotation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll be just moving also. No. This camera doesn't animate anymore. Oh, wait a second. Oh, okay. No. Okay, okay. I understand why. Because I didn't switch. Okay, so we have here. And right now, my camera is coming close to this guy, but it fastly rotates to this position. So I will be just canceling those elements. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Probably because my position is curves. So let me see. I have here a few curves. This no, okay, no. Okay, I could cancel. I could delete just few of them. Let me see what happens if I delete this one. Because I have refined in the meantime a little bit my animation. Okay. Yeah, so I will be probably adding. I will be adding here. Just trying to understand what goes on. Oh no, this was so ugly, guys. This was really horrible. Okay, no, I will be just keeping positions like they are. Okay, I will be keeping positions like they are. As you can see, that I have here a few keyframes of position, but I won't. Probably I could even delete this one. Let's see what happens if I delete this one. Oh yeah, this works better. Yeah, deleting one keyframe is a better thing. And right now, as I have a now stable positioning, that means that maybe I'm imagining a car that is following with a camera that is following those other cars. So I'm keeping this movement steady but somewhat bumpy. So as if okay, so yeah, but as we have a cameraman with a camera that will be following this thing, I can also add some movement to a camera. So I will be just moving this camera, rotating this camera. Okay, something like that. Okay. So another thing that I want to add here is a little bit of bouncing. So it's like, okay, no, nothing special, but this is in movement. So let's do it. Just small bounces. Okay, then go here. Bounce. Camera was the yeah, here I probably did too much bounce because you can see right now that I'm rotating camera. I shouldn't have rotate. I shouldn't. I shouldn't rotate so much this camera. Yeah, I'll keep it a little bit less. And this is a good thing because yeah, this is much more natural because camera we should go up and down, but less to the left or right. It depends. If you're using a mobile phone, then it's different. But big camera will be doing this moment. Okay, this one I like this one. Okay, yeah. Sometimes also this happens, but. My personal opinion is that imperfection leads to perfection. So adding a little bit of imperfection always adds something more to communication. One of the best examples are why music today sometimes isn't naturally is because we are used to do everything perfectly, everything in time, everything in how to say quantized, so it doesn't have any human feel. And also this is mostly true for also for movies. So I'm always trying to. Yeah, it's not that I'm it's not that I think that I'm the best or something like that. I'm just a normal guy that is doing these things. But my personal opinion is that you have to add some organic something organical into to your work. And as I can, because I'm also coming from a actually I'm coming from a analog background. I have started working in design with in industrial design by making my own things from wood, from metal, from things like that. Then I have started working with film, with analog photography, and because when I was growing, we didn't have digital things. So my personal formation is an old background, old analog style background. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, only problem with these streamings is that when I'm streaming, sometimes I'm like I have to work with smaller resolution because I have here a big screen, but when I'm using when I have to stream, I have to go only on a small portion of my screen, so it slows me down a little bit in respect to what I'm usually doing. So yeah, let's try to bring this to some decent level. Just I will be just trying to fix some of the questions here that I can see right now, so that I can. Okay, so one of the questions is that, yeah, apart from animations that aren't perfect, but never mind. That right now in this position our car isn't really visible, so I will be just trying to add a little bit of lighting to a car and to a motor and to just to illuminate this scene. So I will be just trying to give it some light. Okay, because for example here I want them to be to show them, like, okay, let's see, range, intensity. Yeah, I will be just changing this intensity and just going on here. And shadow map. Okay, yeah, because I didn't have any shadow map. I also didn't have. Okay. Yeah, I also didn't have any shadow map on the other. Okay, and then I will be adding some. I don't know what should we put here? More to the red side. Oh yeah, red. No, something like that. Let me see. Okay, so here we have a motorcycle. Yeah. Here we have this scene. Okay, so we're going into a. Okay, yeah, this could be a nice thing. Yeah. And let's also fix some. Yeah, you should, as I said already many times, you should always try to imagine all those things within audio, because audio changes, any audio things change how you perceive something. Okay, I will be just duplicating this light and setting it here, then just rotating it a little bit. Okay, and creating, okay, something like that. Not sure. No, I don't like it. Let me see if I can make it somewhat frontal. I need some more light here. I need some more light, but I don't want to put it too much. Just add some contrast. Let's see. Oh. Yes. Okay. Ah. Okay. My car goes there. So yeah, I will have to bounce here a little bit. So we have here main camera and just bounces. Some bounces. As always, as usual. Okay, yeah, something like that. I mostly look in these curves and just because when you learn to use curves, you somewhat learn how to command them, and it's like, okay, let's try to do something or something else, and you don't have to think to look even your screen. So I'm still not at that, how to say, that I'm not that good, but yeah. Okay, so right now I'll be watching here. Okay, right now I have here enough light, I could say. Let me see with the Deckard view, Deckard render. How does it behave? Okay, I think I like it. Yeah. But when I go here, I can't see anything. So I think that I will need another light right now here at this moment somewhere here. Okay, so adding some, but here I'll be just adding a really strong blue light. No, something like, yeah, blue. Or, no, blue, yeah, no, blue or like this. Yeah, something like that. Let me see if this can go. But I will be also changing this outer and inner area because I want those lights to cover only this area. Oh, and yeah, okay, and move it. Let's move it somewhere here. Because I also want it to be. Yeah, but I like it how it starts to look because this thing reminds me a little bit of I don't know, Mad Max, like that. Let's see how this looks in Deckard. Yeah, yeah. It looks pretty incredible. Yeah. Also, I will need here another light. Probably. Yeah. I'm needing here another light. So I will be just copying. What light? Yeah, this one. Let's say duplicate, and then go here. No, I don't like it from there. Ah, no. Okay, I can do it from back. Yeah, as a backlight, like that. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, okay. And I would want no, 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 okay. Let's change this color of this light a little bit to something more. So that, yeah, I like it. And also, as we have here many elements, I will be just adding some obstacles so that this becomes like an like a thing that, okay, like like if they're avoiding some obstacles. So for example, yeah, something like let me see. So we had those objects that I have used here, what they're called. Let me see where it is. Yeah, but I like this idea of using obstacles here. For example, we have those objects. I would just duplicate it and then bring it somewhere here. Those, these are garbages and things like that that I have used in the last my last video. Okay. Yeah, we'll be just scaling it down here in this moment. Just to add some kind of diversity. Debris, okay, let's move it, okay, like this, and then let's move it here, and then just rotate it a little bit, something like that. Okay, so here we have our motorcycles, a motorcycle and car that is coming. Then I will be adding one of those debris, where it is, okay, duplicate, and then I will be just pushing them here so that they are yes, this is cool. Oh, sorry, sometimes I'm getting too excited about. Yeah, this is good. I'll be adding also here. And all those things with Deckard, when you render a Deckard, they will have a nice motion blur, and they will look, they will look really, really, really nice. So it's like, okay, tack. Let me see if we can push this up. Something like that. Okay, yeah. And also we could make another one here. Okay, yeah. Now we have to move it on here and maybe move it one that way. Let me see if we can find some place where they could be both. Okay, let's move it to just. And you can see right now, if I turn on Deckard, how this looks incredible. Well, it looks really nice. You don't even see those objects, because when you have objects in front that are really close, they are almost possible to see. You'll see right there. Okay. Yeah. I think that I will probably have to fix a little bit exposure, because as right now it looks like it's a little bit too dark. So I will go into my, yeah, one of the things that I'm always repeating is I'm always using manual exposure, and it's the best way to do things, because you will probably see that Deckard has somewhat darker look than default Unity, and it's mostly due because it uses some calibrations that are used for movie for it uses a movie how to say color space. So this is the correct way to, when you are watching a movie, it will be always much brighter. For example, I'm using here, I don't know if now you can see it now, but there I have a screen that shows everything that I'm working on. One of the nice things of a Deckard is that it also has this secondary monitor display. Yeah, you could probably see it behind me. So when I'm working here, you will see that it updates on the secondary monitor. So this is one of the features of a Deckard. Yeah, I'll be closing secondary display. Yes, okay. So when using Deckard, it's always the best thing to have a professionally calibrated monitor on which you can preview your image, how it will be in the real world, on a real TV set or in a cinema. So let me see. Okay, and then I will be just, I think that this could be pretty nice. Okay, yeah, I will be just adding a little bit of those industrial elements that I had here, that are some kind of pipes. I like them. And as whole scene is a pretty fast moving incredibly yeah, it will be really fast scene, so I'm not let me just adding as much as some elements just to create some kind of sense of the speed. You always have to think you're working with uh, okay, yeah, this is good. And then we are going here. Our motorcycle is going there, and let me see. Okay. Okay, so and then as I have right now this motorcycle that is uh, flying there, yeah, stupidly flying there. We have to change it. So let's go into my motorcycle object and just move it down a little bit. Okay, I have to activate always. Yes, so let me see here. Okay, no, this is okay. We are flying still. Okay, and then okay, I will have to make some rotations here. I will probably dividing lately this animation to 2 steps because I'm not intended to. Okay, okay. Here my motorcycle is going underground, and this isn't correct. So let me see what can we do here, where it is. Okay, let's move it a little bit up. Do, do, do. Oh, so it finishes always like flying. Okay, no. Let's go to last frame, and then I will be just trying to do 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 do. Okay, and my car is also flying here. So I will be just fixing my car. Okay, let's go. Let's go to a keyframe of our importance. Yes, and then go to a last keyframe of our importance. So let's, okay, something like that. Okay, okay. So at the end we don't have any camera movement, so I will be just following this scene with my camera until the end. Let's see, where is the camera? Let's move it there. Okay. Like that. Okay. This almost works. I have some problems here. I don't understand why I don't get any shadows from this light. So I have this light. No, I have this light here, and if I look really close, you'll see that my shadows are pretty lousy. Resolution ultra. Okay, I have to set its resolution to something much bigger. And the other light, let's control also this one. Okay, this has ultra. Okay, yeah, this looks much better. Let me see here. Let's control those lights here, red light, because I think that it also has low resolution. So I will just fixing this one. Yeah, every frame, custom, ultra. Okay. So this fixes a little bit of my okay. And right now we can see that we have here animations. Okay, I will be just saving this scene because I didn't probably made any save. I want to add some nice movements to my character proxy agent, and let me see just that for some kind of a head, base head. Okay, yes. So let's see if we can just rotate his head a little bit. Okay, perfect. So I'll be just activating this one and then okay, setting keyframes here, and then just somewhere here I'll be rotating towards them. and then also probably somewhere here I will be just rotating its head. Base head, let me see where it is. Yes, something like that. And also somewhere here I want it to look at my it probably isn't something that can be seen all the time, but yeah. And I was, yeah, of course, I have here a few problems with this car. So I will have to just do okay. This rotates and goes there, but right now then it goes there. So I will be just rotating this car a little bit here. Let's add some skidding. Okay. Okay. So this animation is something like 10 seconds. I will have to stop here for a few moments and I will be back really soon. here. What can we do to finish all this animation, just to make it plausible? And sometimes you have to take a little bit. Okay. Oh, I have here one jump. Why? Who knows? I made two stupid, two stupid keyframes. Okay, something like that. Okay, this one should be okay. And also, I have made here one error, bigger error. For example, you can see right now that this stamp here is projecting here, but it's also projecting on my motorcycle. You can see right now. Yeah, this is a stamp. So what I need to do is that I have to just also I have to scale it, tiling, put it somewhat bigger. Okay, like that. Okay, I think that this will go fine. Even if there is some projection, I think that it won't be possible to see it really well. Okay, I will be just adding also here one. No, I'm not. I'm not sure if I want to add some lights. Yeah, I will be just keeping it like this. Okay, so let's see. We have this motorcycle, and I will want this motorcycle to go even more in front of this car. So let's see. Let's move it a little bit more. Let's see if this. Okay, here it goes. Here it. Okay, this isn't correct. Here it's. This animation is. This rotation here isn't okay. So I'll be just banking it a little bit more. Yeah, all those things can also be done with some kind of bankings and scripts. But as I said, I'm not. I prefer doing them with my own. Sorry, I had. Yeah, and also let's keep moving this camera because camera stops suddenly. It's a really ugly thing. It doesn't work. Okay. So let's add some more motion to a camera. Okay, so this should be wow. Okay. Gaspank, you probably didn't see initial part of the streaming, so I could eventually use inverse kinematics, but I have chosen not to do so because there aren't too many things that can be seen here, and making programming inverse kinematics for just for this scene wasn't how to say economical. So I have just used normal. I have just positioned manually. So you can see right now, for example, here. Wait, I have to clear your comment. You can see here that his hand is going outside. So I will be just fixing this issue right now. Let me see where it is. Yeah, I will have to just find my hand. I was just animating it, completely animating, just positioning it there, and then yeah, using inverse kinematics would be much better solution. Absolutely. Yeah, you can see right now. Okay, so right now I can turn that off. And actually, I have in these animations a few uh, few hand animations that will be pretty complex. I don't know if you saw one of the first animations where a guy is holding a bracelet, and this animation was pretty complex to do, and I'm not fond of that. So this week I will be getting a sponsorship from for one type of a hand tracker, hand motion capture. So I'll be doing everything with a motion capture. Also, I will have uh, some other animations where I need fingers and hands, and I will be showing all that also here on the channel. I really don't know. I'm using mostly IK in Unity and doing some my own programming in those cases. I have few assets, but unfortunately, most of the assets are working in play mode, but aren't working in editor mode. And as I'm mostly doing this kind of type of things that where you have to animate things and you will have to preview them in a real time mode. So I'm mostly doing with some of my own own tools. Well, those tools are always based on integrated tools already in Unity. So it's okay. I'm not sure what I'm missing here. I have some sense of some. No, no, probably not. I have some sense that something is missing here, but I'm not sure what. Okay. Yeah. Probably I will have. Okay. Yeah. I have an idea. I'm missing some kind of light here. This area. So what I will be doing, I will be just adding one area light. So I will be just go here, area light, and this should give me some pretty nice and cool size. Let's see. I just want some kind of reflection on my car, as you can see right now. This is a pretty good way to add. Okay. Something like that. But this, yeah, area light is a good thing to add. Let me see here. This is a good thing about HDRP because we have those area lights that are pretty incredible. So yes. It works. Let me see. Let's go back here. See right now that it gives some diversity. If I switch to that card, it will be much better. And I will also have to duplicate. So I will be just duplicating all those things into my scene. Let me see here. You can right now see how it reflects on something like that. Yeah, this looks much better. I don't have to forget to add them always. Also here, because they are giving some nice reflections and almost ray trace quality. Yeah, then maybe because everything here is compatible with ray tracing, so at the end I might be adding some kind of ray traced. I will be just adding ray tracing. This is the main reason why I have started to work with HDRP, because for my needs, I'm pretty sure that this movie could be made also without any HDRP. We just by just using Deckard, but I just wanted to try out how all those things work. Yeah. Okay. One of the things we had those really nice buildings that we don't see anymore here. And I will be just duplicating those buildings, and I want them to be also in this part of a scene. One thing that I didn't show in the last stream was that let me see, just rotate this a little bit. One of the things that I did. Why don't we have any lights here? I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I will be just pushing it down, up, and then back, something like that. One of the things that I didn't show, and one of the great features of HRP is that you can use, for example, I have all those lights that are needing some kind of a high resolution, let's say shadow map, shadowing. But you will probably notice, you have probably noticed that I'm not doing anything with, I'm not baking any lighting. I'm just using built-in lights. One of the nice things is that while in an old Unity standard pipeline, any real-time shadow had to be rendered every frame. But in HDRP we have this thing that is that can render shadows only on enable or on demand. So this means that actually those shadows won't be updated in the scene if our light moves. But if our light doesn't move, we can just simply use it without any problem. It's like, okay, it doesn't influence too much onto performance. So this is a really incredible feature. Yeah, so we just adding few. Okay, something like that. Okay, and yeah, this is what we got. Oh, no, we have too much. No, I don't think. Deckard view. Let's see how this behaves. Yeah, I like this contrasty look. It's pretty. Yeah, I think that I will be just rendering out this right now and then going to sleep. No, yeah. Let me just duplicate this one because I need a few other objects here. Okay. Just to fill this world. Yeah, so I'm placing all objects based on what is going on in the scene. And then I will be probably making another camera here. Okay, yeah, this is 327 frames. So let's go here and set 300 and how much I said 327. 327 frames. And then just let's render it. Let me see if we have everything here. Letterbox, decker view. Okay. Okay. And afterwards, I will be also making other cameras that will follow this scene. So it's like okay. Let's save it and then set here a name for an animation. Okay, yeah, we have all capture junkyard, and let's junkyard 2. Okay. Motion blur. Motion blur is will be managed by Deckard renderer. So you will see right now as it goes that it generates high quality motion blur. It's a much better quality of motion blur than the one that can be achieved uh, in in screen space. So this is a true motion blur. So it really depicts what is going on with the motion. You can see right now that it will follow everything. No. With the Deckard, it automatically gives you. Deckard gives you automatically this motion blur. So when it renders, it will render all the intermediate positions of any object and then create motion blur. So this also gives really good sense of motion. So you can go to low frames, but from low frame rates, but to keep a better best estimate of motion. It works like a camera, so you don't have to set anything. It naturally generates any motion blur. It's a part of like also it also has Deckard, like depth of field and everything. It's all generated in based on how camera behaves, physically based. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to ask. I'm here as I'm waiting this animation to render. It will take some time. It also takes much more time because I'm using software for streaming. So while I'm streaming, it slows down my rendering a little bit, something like 30%. So I will be keeping this stream connected. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will be just I'll be here while it renders. And then we can watch it all together. Timeline right now, with the latest version, it automatically finds the timeline and assigns it. It is only important that you are using a timeline. If you're using some other systems, it might not work, but when you're using timeline, it should work perfectly well. A new mode that you can use when you have to render really good quality, and it also helps to avoid some problems with few Unity, how to say, general problems with with some bugs, because there are a few bugs, especially in HDRP, that aren't how Unity works. Unity works that it renders frame per frame. Deckard works so that it renders hundreds of frames for one frame, and then in a special way it integrates all those frames and then puts them together to make correct motion blur, correct depth of field, things like that. When Unity, for example, renders one frame per cycle, it knows, oh, I'm rendering one frame. But maybe if in that moment it doesn't render only one frame, but it renders few frames, it won't clear a memory of a graphics card, for example. So in HDRP this happens mostly because it will have only one update. It works in one update, but it has with Deckard it works in one update, and it has to render a few frames in that time. Not few frames, hundreds of frames. So, but HDRP will keep all the memory occupied of graphics card, and it will just crash. So for this reason I have implemented this safe rendering mode so that it renders one frame per frame, as it would usually do, as normally. And this also helps to implement better support for some plugins that are supported by default. So yeah, so it saves some memory. It saves, but it is expensive thing. But unfortunately, it's the only way to make it work with HDRP at the moment. I hope that I will be working with Unity on solving those problems very soon. So it won't be needed anymore, because it will give you much more compatibility, much more stability, and also responsiveness of computers. So I don't know, if you have render without safe mode, you can't do anything on your PC at the moment. When you're with the safe rendering mode, computer is like responsive, so it works normally. So this is the only thing that that is pretty good about. Only problem is that save render mode requires much more time to render. If I wasn't using save rendering mode, I was using standard rendering pipeline in Unity, this animation would probably require something like 5 minutes to render. Can you hear my answers with the music under? If not, I can turn it off, but I think that I have managed somewhat to mix all those things. great. One question to everybody. Does anybody have RTX 3080 or 90 or something like that? My favorite movie director, I don't know, because there are many that I like, but mostly not all periods of them. So probably one I like really much, Ridley Scott and his work on Alien and Blade Runner and things like that. Also, I adore anything that was made by Terry Gilliam. I think that he is one of the probably best directors of our times. I also like very much Tarkovsky, but this isn't something that is a mainstream. I don't know. I'm not too much into new directors. I pretty don't like various things from late 2000s mostly. I said, since when Tarkovsky became a mainstream, no, I said he isn't a mainstream, so yeah, but I like Tarkovsky's approach to visuals. So he is really, if you look his movies, for example, they are really, images are so modern even now. I like good visuals, but I also like somewhat an old approach. Punk, where are you from? What I think about Blade Runner, actually I hated that movie. That was the reason that I also hated. It's like personal God's opinion. It's not okay. We're from Russia. We were once in the same country. I was in Soviet Union. I'm from Latvia, but you're from Moscow, Moskovitz. Здравствуй. Я говорю немножко по-русски. Очень долго не говорил. yeah, in Blade Runner, I really didn't like it because I was expecting probably too much, and that was the main reason why I started working on Deckard Render. Because if you look some of my wait, I can find them probably on YouTube. Blade Runner Unity. I have made this no, let's explain it like that. I don't think that I can say anything bad about any movie or anything. Nobody can. At least if he tries to make something that is somewhat similar. So one of my approaches are like, okay, let's try to make this thing and see how much it takes and how much it is complicated, if it's complicated, if it's not, how much of research is there going on and things like that. So I have started by remaking some scenes of Blade Runner 2048 and 49. And I have just okay, every day making one scene. So and in this way I have understood that real-time graphics aren't really what are problematic, some kind of problematics with real-time graphics. So I have started to make Deckard Render, and that's why I called it Deckard Render, because it was inspired by working on. So at the end, that film have inspired me. Probably not in a way that somebody would think that is a positive way, but okay, yeah. At the end, I'm happy that I have seen it. What exactly did I expect? No, I didn't expect anything. I have expected probably a movie that is happening in a world, similar world, but that isn't so much close to original. So everything about Harrison Ford and things like that, I simply didn't like. It was some kind of unnecessary heritage that I think that the movie could probably work much better without trying to connect everything with the old movie. Then another thing is that I really didn't like the performance of main actor. So really. It was so flat and I don't know. We needed some better actors for this type of thing. I don't know. For me. But anyway, that movie is great because also because of photography. One of the things that I liked in that movie was photography. But on the other way, I did like a little bit how Blade Runner world is a world that that can be expanded, that can be really inspirational, and I don't think that they did, unfortunately, enough to expand in that world. Yeah, he is a replicant, of course, that is a true, but Roy Batty was a replicant, and he was full of passion, full of humanity. All replicants in the first movie were much more human than the humans. I think that it is. So let's see while rendering how it goes. Yeah, it renders. We have nice motion blur. Nice reflections. And here you can see how even we don't need any ray trace, because most reflections are working really fine with screen space reflections. Yeah, good thought. I think you have right. Things that I hate about YouTube, that you can't put some music. Well, I'm right now I'm putting music that I have paid for, so it's okay. But otherwise, I can't put anything that isn't that I like, but that I don't have rights to do. Yes. I'm using here a mixer with a sidechain compressor. I have set it up today, so I wasn't sure if it works or if it doesn't work very well. I'm still learning how to do this type of lives, because it can be pretty complex, because when you are starting to do them, I have here something like yeah, like a mixer here on that is that has something like yeah, it has 32 channels, digital mixer with complex effects, and then I have this tool. I can't show. It's 8 mini. It's tool that can be used for switching video to videos. Two cameras there. I have some other cameras also, but I'm not using them. I think that two is enough. And then I have another tool that is used for bringing up all those comments. Yeah, so I'm trying to learn, but you have to learn them. They have to be automatic, but because if you're thinking about what you have to do, it's really complicated. You know, like switching audio, switching video, switching this, switching computer. So every time I'm bringing something new, trying to bring something new, and hopefully I will learn to use them. So at the moment, I'm concentrated on trying to make audio work best. In what way? I'm not sure if you. Well, I'm using some things that are pretty complex, but mostly for some other things. I'm not sure if you saw my virtual train. You can find it on my Facebook page, where I'm actually in a train. Well, let me see if I can find it here. Let me see for a moment. Yeah. I have to find it. Just a moment. So I have made all like virtual studios and things like that. So it's pretty interesting thing that can be done, but yeah, I have to find it for a second. See here. Okay, yeah, this one. Is there anybody here? Yeah. As you can see, I'm on my train. This isn't a real train, it's a virtual train. And you have probably seen it before, because I have posted some videos of this train. Today I was trying to build a little bit of this train and to try to create a virtual set for some kind of movie making, I don't know. So what is actually going on here? I can switch here to what happens really. Where am I really? Wait a second. Okay. Yeah, here I was switching with the MIDI controller. There is no any train here. So what I've done, I made this scene for virtual reality. It is pretty light for rendering in real time. So I'm using this scene, and then I'm feeding my camera feed to Unity and using some kind of chroma key. Today I've spent whole day doing this kind of chroma key. It's not still perfect, but I think that it works pretty fine. One of the main problems with this was the lighting. So when you see that we have some kind of light going on this side, yes, this light should illuminate my face, and it does. So what I have done is that I've placed here a projector that is working as a light source and projecting lights from the outside. So I have tried to match somewhat all those lights in the studio just to meet some kind of reality. Like if I'm going here, it just changes a little bit. So it's not perfect still, but I think it will be later on. So also I'm using some kind of ray trace here, so you can see my face reflection. And if I move here, it's like that. And also, what can I say about this project? Oh yeah, it's a pretty simple project. I spent a whole day on it, but it's not something too complex. Yeah, I think it should work pretty fine. So yeah. Also we have here this lady that you probably saw before. Oh yeah, she's my friend. I'm using her for to be able to, how to say, to do some type of chroma key, because for me it's really hard as I'm a single developer. For me it's really hard to test all those lights and chroma key, so I'm using just her, setting there with her hair, so I can see if there are some light leaking on her hair. So it's a vintage doll, yeah. So this is it. I think I've shown here enough, yeah. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, so this was that. These are things that I'm trying to do. Also because right now we are here in Italy, will be having a pretty damn lockdown, and I won't be able to go out anymore. So I'm trying to make some things that can work, you know, that can be used for production, also in any house, you know. Yeah, this animation takes some. Oh my god! Right now I saw that I didn't deactivate some particles. Yeah, okay. But anyway, thank you, Gaspunk, also because uh, I always also need some viewers, and you are a good person that uh, uh, that helps you to understand that I have to continue onto this. Because if I don't have any viewers, I wouldn't do anything. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think that that this will take some time to render. So maybe it's better to close here because I have to work tomorrow, and I will be posting this animation tonight, I think. Yeah, or tomorrow. No, tonight. And thank you for coming, and thank you for supporting me. Uh, if you like this channel, please put a like on the movie, on this uh, stream, and maybe share my links with someone so that I can have more uh, viewers. That will always be helpful for all of us. Thank you very much, and see you probably in a few days. Bye.